So now we are on to the Nifty futures chart. So this is Nifty futures chart. Let us start from the weekly chart analysis. Then we slowly go towards. We go towards even our daily charts and as well as for intraday purpose. I'm changing this chart into a weekly chart. So in this weekly chart, you can see the trend. This is the weekly chart. I'm just connecting the last two bottoms. Now we are watching futures Nifty weekly chart. So in this weekly chart, you can see here, there is a move towards the upside. We are watching the weekly chart of futures Nifty. In this chart, the trend is still up. The trend is still up, and I also connect the line. I'm trying to draw, a kind of a parallel line. So you can see here the price is moving on the upside and with some kind of a range. This is the trend channel. This is the trend channel, uptrend channel. The price is moving in the uptrend channel. Last week we found the fall started from the upper part of the channel and start moving towards the downside. If the down move continues, that may come and touch close to this bottom. That is 11,200 and odd levels as per this chart, 200 to 300 levels. So this is the support area in this downtrend channel. So currently, when you look into the weekly chart, you can see after a big fall during the budget time, there is a recovery. In this week, it is showing a clear signal of a candle pattern called piercing pattern. So this is called a piercing pattern. The piercing pattern is giving an indication about the recovery in the market, and if the recovery is good enough, then we continue to move towards and hit the top portion of this channel, that is 12,500 levels approximately. If it doesn't succeed, then it may move towards the lower part of the channel. This is what the trend channel is giving us an indication. Still, we can try to fine tune it. I'm just connecting the latest bottom to give you a little more information about this intermediate trend line. What I have drawn, if this is broken, then we'll have to be alert. That means the low of this week, approximately 11,650, if that is broken, there is a possibility there could be a 300 plus points fall from there on. So this is the broader view just I'm discussing with you. This is the weekly charts, futures, Nifty. Slowly we will move towards daily chart. So I am going to the daily chart. In this daily chart, when we watch the trend, a close trend watch is giving us an indication. The uptrend what we were looking at was violated or broken on this day. That is 27th January. The market broke the uptrend line and start falling, and it is giving an indication there is a weakness. The people who are following the technical analysis must be able to identify there is a weakness appeared on 27th January, even well before the budget. That's a kind of a signal, the technical view of the chart. And thereafter you can see there is a drastic fall, big fall. So the big fall was arrested close to the subsequent support level, that is this 11,600 level. So approximately it took the support around 11,600 level. The low was 11,598. So the recovery was so rapid and started moving up, and this recovery was halted exactly where it broke this uptrend line. So exactly where it broke the uptrend line, the up move was halted, and today it made a small attempt of reverse. We'll have to look for the confirmation. So this is the view of daily chart. So we'll have to see if the price is able to move above 12,170 or so. This is futures Nifty daily chart. So the current resistance from the daily chart, what we see here is 12,180. If this resistance level is broken, then price tend to move up slowly. Similarly, the immediate support area is this. So on daily chart, we get a immediate support area is at 12,020. 12,020. So this is the immediate support and resistance range of Nifty. If Nifty breaks 12,020, there could be a nice fall thereon. So now I have discussed with you the futures Nifty daily chart. Let me also discuss about Nifty hourly chart. I'm changing the chart to Nifty hourly. So I'll remove all the lines. Let us see how it is looking. So in this hourly chart, you can see here the price made an attempt to go up. So this is a continuous steep up move for the last day 1, 2, 3, 4, and today that is broken. Because it is broken, this area becomes a strong resistance now. So 12,160 is the strong resistance. Now we are discussing about futures Nifty daily. I'm sorry, this is 60-minute chart. So the swing traders who wanted to do a swing trade should look at this way. So they should look at the chart, the immediate support and resistance. So the immediate support is at 12,010 and the immediate resistance is at 12,160. This resistance is 12,160. So almost it is in the range of say about 150 points gap. This is what the situation is. If at all the swing traders, if anywhere they wanted to go short, they should keep the stop loss about 12,160. Anybody goes long should have the stop loss at 12,010. So this is how you should plan. For any long, the stop loss should be 12,010. Similarly, for any short, the stop loss should be 12,160. So this is how the swing trader should plan his trades. This is for the swing traders. They should wait for the breakout either side. Then they should initiate the trade. Currently, it is in between. But any action they want to take closer to this resistance zone or close to the support zone, they are welcome. But they should maintain the stop loss, what we have discussed now. Now I am going to change this for a daily trade time frame. I change this into a 15-minute chart to understand where we can initiate long or short for Monday. Today, if you look into the price was moving in a very, very narrow zone. It was moving in the narrow zone, but if you look into the trend, it is moving in the narrow zone, no doubt. But if you look into the trend, it is slightly on the downside. Right? It is slightly on the downside. How to trade with this? Let us look into this 15-minute chart with little more care. Now, I am going to show you even this chart, even this 15-minute chart is giving us a kind of a pattern, This pattern is telling us the fall was likely to happen today. This is a kind of head and shoulder pattern. For this pattern, this is the neckline. This neckline point is 12,100. The high is at 12,161. This is a 60 points high. So when it breaks this 12,100, there is a possibility it could lead to a fall of 60 points approximately. I tell people to pick up 80% of it. So the range here is 60, right? So 80% of 60 is how much? 48 points, right? So 48 points. The fall from here, that is the level is 12,100. You can take minus 48 points. Then this may give you a target of 12,052. Right? This is approximate values. So those who wanted to go short below to 12,100 for the day based on this head and shoulder pattern, then the target was 12,052. Today it hit the low of 12,068. So it came up to 12,068 and then started slightly moving. But the pattern is still intact. If the market falls further, the target also could be achieved. But still, this pattern says there could be a reversal for the next day. Same thing happened. This is on the downside. The day ended up with negative closing. So this is how we study futures Nifty to trade for next week. This is for intraday chart, Monday how to trade. So last week when we were discussing, I was explaining to you all that. So any fall, you can see here, any fall below 12,235, there could be a drastic fall. This is what we discussed. The support was at 12,235. I told you if this is broken, there could be a drastic fall. So market below this went down heavily, means very, very heavily it went down. Okay, so this is how we should trade a Nifty. I given the view for intraday. So how to trade tomorrow? I mean Friday. That also we look into. It's a 15 minutes time frame what we are discussing. Now we'll have to look into how to initiate a trade for Monday. Already this head and shoulder pattern gave us a fall. That fall target was very close here, and still there about 15 points fall from the low could happen on Monday. That is also quite possible. So how to plan for Monday? I am making some small changes on identification, making some small changes on the levels. So the range what we are now identifying for Monday trade is the current support level can be 12,050. Current support level at 12,050 and the immediate resistance level is at 12,120. This is the scenario. This is the important levels which we'll have to keep in our mind to trade on Monday. That means if the price is able to take a bounce from here, if it's able to take a bounce from here, you can think about a small, no long for intraday. If 12,050 is broken, the fall can be bigger. So this is how we should look into. As long as this 12,120 is not broken, for all your short, this 12,120 should be your stop loss. For all long, this 12,050, keep another 5 points below to this. 12,045 can be the stop loss for all long for Monday.